He says that he moved out of his place. This is actually legally relevant. Has to know where he lives. The court has to know where he lives. Every single trial, he gets up and he has to say his address, whatever else. And if he doesn't update it, he's in contempt of court. So if he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court. That's a very big issue legally in Korea. You do need that.
With Johnny Somali's trial just days away, things have taken a serious turn. Multiple credible sources are now saying he could be facing contempt of court for failing to disclose his current location. And make no mistake, this isn't some minor paperwork issue.
If he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court.
His disappearance has sparked major concern among legal authorities. And that's just the beginning. We've also learned that Hankyu's plan to move to China could be in jeopardy, especially with Johnny's trial looming.
The case might not even be over, especially if Johnny appeals it, especially if he fights it, whatever else.
And the mess doesn't stop there. We've uncovered even more about Johnny Somali, Hankyu, and several streamers from Ice Poseidon's new event. Streamers now accused of harassing the public yet again. So let's break this down. If you saw my last video, you'll know Hankyu admitted he doesn't want to talk about where Johnny Somali is. Whether he actually knows or not is anyone's guess. But now, Hank seems to be distancing himself, saying outright that he wants nothing to do with Johnny's legal situation.
I cannot even involve myself in Johnny's trial.
Here's why that's a problem. When you're a charged criminal in South Korea, you are legally required to inform the court of your residence. If you move and don't update them, that's contempt of court. And contempt is a serious offense. It can mean up to 3 years in prison.
He says that he moved out of his place. This is actually legally relevant. This is massively legally relevant. You guys know why? Yes. Who said it there? Court? Courts. Yes. He has to inform the court. Yes. Luna Eclipse. Yeah, got that. M Bond got it right there. You guys got it entirely. The court has to know where he lives. The court has to know where he lives. Every single trial, he gets up and he has to say his address, whatever else. And if he doesn't update it, he's in contempt of court.
For those unfamiliar, contempt of court is basically when you ignore or disrespect a judge's orders, disrupt proceedings, or fail to follow the rules set by the court. It's not something judges in Korea take lightly. And Johnny Somali's track record with court respect? Well, let's just say he's insulted the judge, and even the judge's mother, on multiple occasions. Whether the court will act on that is unclear. But not updating your address? That's the kind of black and white violation the system absolutely will act on.
You need to legally inform the court anytime you move. That's your address of record. So if he's changed his address of record, that's a problem. And he hasn't reported that because we haven't seen that, guys, because we know what happens in the court records, right? We know, I know. He hasn't updated that. As of today, it can change. Maybe next week he does it. Maybe after they live that they do it, but he has to notify the court. Now, that isn't necessarily automatically public when it's filed, but he's going to have to say it in the courtroom and that's going to come out. So if he's moved, he needs to say that. Otherwise, it's contempt of court. That's a very big issue legally in Korea. You do need that.
Every court session, Johnny has to state his address. If that address changes, it has to be updated in the official record. Legal analysts like Legal Mindset have confirmed that if Johnny doesn't do this soon, the court can, and likely will, move forward with contempt charges. And honestly, hiding in South Korea isn't exactly easy. Authorities can track you down quickly, especially if they're already watching you. With the trial only days away, skipping court would bring the biggest backlash of his life. Personally, I don't think Johnny is reckless enough to try that, but given his history, who knows? Now let's talk about Hankyu. He's announced plans to move to China in June 2026 to study mechanical engineering, saying he's already completed a degree in aerospace engineering.
So if Johnny Somali goes to prison, what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to then spend the rest of your life trying to get him out? Because it's liberty, it's free speech, or are you going to focus on something else?
Well, if Johnny Somali goes to prison, right, it's not going to be like years and years upon years. It's going to be like, all right, that part of my part is done. I'm moving to China to go there around June 2026. Masters of mechanical engineering.
Weren't you studying aerospace engineering, or are you still doing that?
I'm done.
You're done with aerospace engineering.
Yes.
And now you want to study what was the other engineering?
Mechanical.
Whether that's true or not, I'll leave for you to decide. But if it is true, it raises questions. Would an aerospace engineer really move to South Korea, constantly disrespect the country, and avoid mandatory military service? It's hard to reconcile those things. Legal Mindset has pointed out that Hank's plan won't be as easy as he thinks. If Johnny's trial is still ongoing, especially if there's an appeal or new charges, Hank's move could be complicated.
You can see in this voice, he's like ready to go to China. He's ready to get out. And we're going to talk about the timeline. He may not, he's planning to move to China so quickly, the case might not even be over, especially if Johnny appeals it, especially if he fights it, whatever else, especially if new case comes in and he has to fight a separate trial. Like Johnny may be like still like fighting his court case. He's not going to be sitting there waiting for Johnny, right? He's not going to be sitting there waiting for Johnny. We're going to talk about him going to China and all this other stuff. I mean, one thing I'll say is this. If he's accurately reporting his felony, going to China may be pretty hard.
And if Chinese authorities or universities look into Hank's past behavior, there's no guarantee they'll accept him so easily. To me, it feels like Hank is finally realizing he's done more for Johnny than Johnny's ever done for him. And now he's trying to get out before things get worse. But the chaos doesn't end there. Ice Poseidon has launched a new streaming challenge. And surprise, surprise, some participants are already causing public trouble. We've seen them harassing people, creating scenes, and even pepper spraying each other on public streets. Think about that. One wrong move and an innocent passerby could be hit. That's not entertainment, that's a safety hazard. And these are the kinds of streamers giving online creators a bad reputation.
You assault me!
Every time stunts like this happen, the public's trust in streamers erodes just a little more. So here's where things stand. Johnny Somali's legal problems just got more dangerous. Hanky might be trying to jump ship. But his exit won't be simple, and Ice Poseidon's crew is back to stirring chaos in public. The next few weeks are going to be critical for all of them. Johnny's trial could change everything, especially if contempt charges get added. Hank's future could depend on how cleanly he can separate himself from this drama. And for the reckless streamers, it might just be a matter of time before authorities step in there too. What do you think? Is Johnny Somali about to dig himself into an even deeper hole? Will Hank actually make it to China? And should there be more consequences for streamers who cause trouble in public? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet.